This box just arrived. I'm gonna open it up, and inside is a Sega Genesis Mini console. There hasn't been a console from Sega in nearly 20 years. Now, mind you, this is nothing new, and it's just a refresh of a classic Genesis. And right out of the gate, the packaging is extremely similar to the original Sega Genesis. 30 years later, we have the Sega Genesis Mini. The package includes everything you need to get up and running. On the back of the box is a list of 42 games that are included in the package. That's more than double what Sony included on the PlayStation Classic. And most of the titles here are great. I mean, you got all the classics like Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Echo the Dolphin, and a ton of more great classics. Enough of the box, let's open this thing up and have a look inside. And the first thing here is an AC adapter. I guess they learned from Sony because an AC adapter should come with every single console. Here's a standard micro USB cable. Here we have an HDMI cable. And here, of course, is an instructions manual. To the side here are the controllers. Now this does come with two controllers. Let's open this first one up. This actually feels really solid and well built. Of course, it's almost identical to the original Genesis controller. So here we have the D-pad, there's the ABC button and the start button. Now, just like the other classic consoles from Nintendo and Sony, this console also utilizes a USB connection for the controller. And here is the second controller. The last thing left in here is, of course, the Genesis Mini console. So let's open that up. Now this, of course, is much lighter than the original Sega Genesis, but the detail on here is fairly accurate. The buttons are on the side here. And even though this doesn't take cartridges, the cartridge flaps are actually functional. The original Genesis had output for headphones. Now this one doesn't, but there is a headphone volume button that moves up and down. Even though it's not functional, it's a nice touch. And then of course we have the on-off button, and there is a power on indicator here in the center that will light up. The reset button is functional. It'll reset the game you're playing and take you back to the game selection screen. Two USB ports on the front. On the back of the console is HDMI out as well as the power port. And the bottom of the console has this cover you can remove. It's not functional, but it's a nice touch replicating the original Genesis. Now setting up this console is really straightforward. On the front, we plug in the two controllers. The AC adapter attaches to the micro USB, which in turn powers the console. And the HDMI plugs in at the back, so you can easily connect it to your high definition TV. So let's do exactly that and play some of the games. They did a really good job with organizing the menu here. You can sort the games by release date, alphabetical order, the genre, or even number of players. Now, every game can be played at the classic 4:3 aspect ratio. As well, you can stretch it out and play on a widescreen. That reset button, it's extremely handy. It makes saving games, resetting games, as well as changing between games seamless. overall, this console is a hit. They took the greatest games and bundled them up into this little package. All the games run smoothly and all the menus and interfaces are well organized. So if you're in the market for a classic console, skip the PlayStation Classic and simply go for the Sega Genesis Mini. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for all the latest and greatest in gaming.